Good day, everyone. My name is Gene King, Managing Director of Sequence Holdings. We have with us again today Mike Zinnick. We continue our educational programming with InvestAmerica and Sequence Financial Specialist. Good day to you, Mike.
Hey, Gene, how are you?
It's a great day. And boy, do we have some things to talk about today. And I'm glad I've got you on the line because it's my understanding that the Trump administration just issued a new Immigration Proclamation this week. Is that correct?
That's correct, Gene.
Well, I'm going to try to kind of quiz you a little bit here. Can you give us a quick update of what this is all about?
Sure. So basically, this proclamation extends the immigration ban that went into effect back in April. We'll give some details about that in a minute. It also adds some specific other exclusions and restrictions on immigration categories. People that are looking to move to the United States in various work capacities and other categories.
Wow. Which visa categories does it specifically affect, in your opinion, and how?
So the ban basically, as I mentioned before, it extends the existing ban on immigrant visas that are essentially are related to people that are looking for permanent residency status in the United States. That was the initial ban. It specifically excluded, as it did before, and continues to specifically exclude EB-5 and E-2, which are the two main categories that we represent. So those are still excluded, and we don't need to worry about that. Anybody looking to come here on an EB-5 or an E-2 visa, you will not be affected by this. What it also does is it extends this to a broader category of work visas. Those include H-1B, H-2B, and H-4 immigrants. It also includes J non-immigrants. These are people that are looking to come here in a specific category for as interns or trainees or teachers or camp counselors, au pairs, those kinds of things. In that category, it does not include students. So people that are still looking to come to the United States on a J-1 visa to continue their education and attend university, it does not affect that. It also, lastly, includes the L1A and L1B visa categories, which companies use to bring in people in managerial roles to fulfill their company. So those are kind of the main categories that it affects.
Does it affect the EB-1C at all, in your opinion?
Based on what I've seen so far, it does not. And it does affect EB-2 and EB-3, but it does not affect, from what I understand, the EB-1C category or the EB-1 category at all. But I reserve further clarification on that from some of our immigration attorney experts.
Okay. What alternatives might be available for those that are still interested in living and working in the United States at this time based on this information?
Sure. First thing I'll say is this ban is effective on all the categories we just talked about through the end of this calendar year, so through December 31st, 2020. It could be extended as well beyond that, depending on who's the administration is in power at that point. So the November election will have play a key role in determining if that immigration ban continues or not. What it does provide is some of the categories that I mentioned that are not affected, like EB-5 and E-2. Those will not be, those are opportunities for people now to, especially for companies that may want to do an E-2 corporate visa or have somebody come here on an EB-1C or an E-2 that will then allow them to work for that company that we're looking to have people come either under an L1 or H-1B. That allows people to come here, get here within probably the next 6 months or so, still go to work for that company. It requires obviously some extra investment and some extra application, but InvestAmerica can be very helpful with that. And if you look at some point during this video, you'll have an opportunity to see our website address and go to that web address, and also my email address if you have any questions about how to obtain those. The one more thing I will say about all of this is that this only affects people that are outside the United States currently. So if you're inside the United States and you are pursuing one of these excluded visas, you will not be affected by this ban. So basically, it only affects people that are currently outside the United States looking to come into the United States under one of these restricted categories.
Mike, it's always a pleasure to interview you. The insights that come from you just amaze me sometimes. You know this industry probably equal to or better than most people out there. And I thank you very much always for these interviews. And for all of you listening, this is InvestAmerica's continuing education program. And Mike, any final thoughts?
The only final thought I would say is let's be creative. If this affects you and you are looking to come to the United States under one of these banned categories, we can find a solution for you in partnership with our immigration attorney partners that we have and the other resources that we have. We'll find a way to get you to the United States in a lawful way and in a way that will best serve you and the companies that you are looking to represent.
Thank you very much, Mike. And this ends this educational series of InvestAmerica. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Gene.